Dollar Jr. here once again for NTAGameGuides.com. Today we're going to be doing a Root Beer Tapper achievement guide for the Alien Bar and the Guessing Master achievements. Now, this game, when it originally came out, was known as just Tapper. It had, instead of root beer, it had lovely regular beer, but unfortunately there's no This Buds for You in this game because image issues, of course, and it was known as Root Beer Tapper. So this game, it takes practice, it takes some skill, and but I'm going to give you the hints and the tips that you will need to get good at this game. Now, as you're probably already aware, this game is not available on the marketplace anymore, but if you bought it in the past and you want to go for this achievement, you can still play it, but you can't download it now unless you already downloaded it before. Now, if you have friends that have the licenses, of course, if you can let them use your accounts, you can, of course, still enjoy this game. But there's other platforms it's on, so if you just are dying to even play the original Tapper, I'm sure you can find it on the PC or whatever. But let's get to it. Now, the first thing that you will learn about Root Beer Tapper is that it's brutal. If you are not fast enough in this game, you will not make it far. You have to learn how to tap fast. Now, what I mean by tapping fast is not mindlessly mashing the A button. No, you have to hold it down and get used to when to let go. It takes a bit of practice, but you have to learn how to do this. If you don't, you will not get rid of the patrons fast enough. And trust me, these are some thirsty patrons, and they want their damn root beer, and they want it now. And if you're not fast enough, they will overwhelm you. So yeah, you have to be fast. Now, these are the bonus games for the Guessing Master achievement. Now, you have to guess the proper can of root beer after he shakes the table, the one that he doesn't shake up. And after you can keep your eye on it for a while, you have to find it, and hopefully you'll get it. You have to do this on 4 consecutively times. You have to do it 4 times in a row. But unfortunately for me, in this video, I did not get the achievement for whatever reason, although I did do it, as you will see. I did all 4, and it didn't give it to me. I actually had to play this game 3 additional times to get this damn achievement. I don't know what happened. Hopefully it won't happen to you guys. So yes, the next tip I'm going to share with you guys is get rid of the patrons as fast as possible. Do not go for tips. They may look very enticing on the table over there with their shiny coins and dollar bills, but do not go for them. It is not going to help you. It's going to actually make things worse. So avoid them at all costs. The patterns in this are very simple. You basically just have to count how many patrons are on each aisle and throw X amount of root beers at them. You better know how to do it quickly. Like I said before, speed is the #1 skill you need to have in this game. You will find out very quickly that you have a very short window to get rid of them. And eventually they will get faster and faster, and they will eventually just overwhelm you if you're not fast enough. So I'm going to stress speed throughout this video. This is the punk bar, and this will definitely test your skills. If you don't have your tapping skills up to par here, you're not going to make it very far. Now, here's one thing I want to show you guys. There are slow drinkers, and sometimes that they will really hinder you. You have to find out when they're going to be drinking and avoid them. What I mean by avoid them is don't wait for them in an aisle. If they are drinking in an aisle, move to another aisle and knock out 2 or 3 additional aisles before coming back. Like, say you can, okay, see that one on the pink hair woman is the one that's always drinking slow. So whenever you see her, you know you're going to have trouble most of the time. But this can be random as well. It's not just limited to her. So like I said, if you find a slow drinker, just go to 2 or 3 other lanes and knock those out, and then come back. By the time you come back, they're more than likely going to be finished, and of course you won't miss a beat. Now, you can't just go wherever you want. You have to make sure you monitor each table accordingly. You have to make sure that you don't randomly just throw root beers either. You have to make sure you count the right amount of people in each lane. Now, there are always going to be drinkers finishing, and you always have to be aware of the empty cups coming towards you. If they go off the table, you're dead. So you have to make sure that you have a path set ahead of time to grab them. This, of course, comes with a lot of practice. In level 9 of the Punk Bar, you will have 4 patrons in every aisle. And this is just what the Alien Bar is going to be like. So if you can do this level, then you can probably do the Alien Bar with no problem. Although it still is quite overwhelming. You'll get overwhelmed quite quickly if you're not fast enough. Like, the window is very small. You have to be very quick. Don't go for the cups. Kind of let them almost get to the end of the table. If you feel like you have to get them, just go ahead, but you always have to be aware of what's going on around you. Not just the empty cups. Now, this is the third bonus game coming up, and let me tell you something. This is where it gets hairy. The cups are going to go very fast, as you can see. You have to keep your eye on it as good as you can right here. If you guess correctly, you're one step closer to Guessing Master. Of course, it didn't get it for me for whatever reason, as you'll see. This is the famous Alien Bar that we're going for here. You have to complete 4 levels of this bar to get the achievement. Now, like I said, don't go for the cups. You want to take out the purple aliens first. Always try to get rid of him because he's a slow drinker. Oh my god, he is so damn slow when he drinks. And you'll see if you notice when he drinks. Notice how I'm letting the cups get almost off to the edge of the table, but I always have to go get them when they're getting close. There he is, at the top of the screen. See how slow he drinks. He's so painfully drinking slow. So avoid him by going to other tables and knocking out other tables. And always be aware when there's another slow drinker. It's not just, like I said, it's not just the purple alien. There's always other red aliens I know can drink slowly too. But it's usually a couple of slow drinkers in every lane every once in a while. You have to learn how to deal with this. You're never going to be standing still. You're always going to be moving from lane to lane, knocking out other drinkers. Obviously, you want to make sure that you get the cups at the top first because it's the shortest lane. A good tip to learn when to let go of your root beer is to, when you see the frothy top form, you can let go. This is just a good little reference point that you can use. But eventually you'll just it'll be like second nature and you'll just be flinging them out there like nobody's business. The pattern, like I said, is pretty basic. 4 in each lane, and this just comes down to peripheral vision. Knowing what's going on in each table and dealing with it accordingly. I actually didn't die in this run, which I was pretty proud of. So it's a perfect game, in other words. At least for the main game. The game loops constantly and it gets harder and harder. But, yeah, that's the Alien Bar achievement. And as you can see here, I should have gotten the Guessing Master achievement right here. But for whatever reason, the game just decided to say, give me the big middle finger and say, well, you're not getting it this time. But as you can see, you watch the video, you see I got them all, but there's no achievement that pops. and I was perplexed by this, but I did get it eventually. It took me 3 other attempts. Make sure to rate, comment, and subscribe.